Welcome to page 22 of Accel packet number 4. On this page, we're going to use the formula R times T total equals part. And when we use that formula, we are always going to convert our rate into decimal form. Even if we're given a rate in terms of a percentage, we're going to convert it to a decimal. And we're always going to draw a tape diagram with each story problem. Let's begin with number 1. It states 15% of all bulbs are defective. There are 2,000 bulbs, that's your total. How many are not defective? Well, we need to start with a tape diagram. Let's draw a rectangular box and label the total at the bottom. 2,000 bulbs total, which represents 100% of a batch. If you need more time to copy down these notes, you're welcome to pause the video. Now, our batch of 2,000 bulbs can be broken into 2 parts. We know that in every batch, 15% of the bulbs are broken or defective. And the other part, the larger part, those bulbs are not defective. In other words, they work. Well, if the whole bar, the entire batch, is represented by 100%, and we know that 15% are broken, that means 85% of the batch is not defective or not broken. Let's write the 85% inside the tape diagram. Let's convert both of these rates to their decimal equivalent. The rate for the defective bulbs is 15%. But if I convert that to a decimal by taking that decimal point and moving it 2 places, as a decimal, the rate is 1500ths. When it comes to the 85% for the bulbs that are not defective, we're going to convert that 85% to a decimal, and we get 0.85 as a rate. That's the rate for the bulbs that are not defective. Let's keep in mind, I'm looking for the amount of bulbs out of 2,000 that are not defective. So since that's the case, I will use this rate in the formula. So step 1, R times T equals P. We know we're looking for the amount of bulbs that are not defective, that larger part of the bar. So they make up 85% or 8500ths of the batch. And a total batch, we're going to multiply by 2,000. This will give us the part of the batch that's not defective. Take a moment, grab your calculator, and punch into your calculator 0.85 times 2,000. You can see that the answer to this question is 1,700 bulbs are not defective 1,700 are not broken. That represents this part of the bar, 1,700, out of 2,000 bulbs total. That's what we were after. Let's move on and try another one. Problem number 2. 45% of all students are boys. There are 660 students total. How many are girls? Well, draw a tape diagram and mark 660 at the bottom. That's the total number of students. In terms of a percentage, that's 100% of our population. In our tape diagram, it's divided into 2 parts. 45% of the population, they're boys. But how many is that? And what percent of girls make up the population? Well, there's a quick and easy way to find out what that percentage is. Simply take the percent total, 100%, found here, and subtract the 45%, which we know makes up the boys part of the bar. When we subtract, we see that 55% of the population is made up of girls. Now, that's not the answer to the question. We're just filling out the tape diagram. What they really want to know is how many girls out of 660 make up this part of the bar. They don't want the rate. They want the part out of the 660 total. Is it 400 girls? Is it 200 girls? It's our job to find out the number of girls in that part of the bar. We're going to use the formula. R times T total equals P. Now that P will represent the amount of girls, which makes up part of this total amount of 660. And we will use the rate associated with that part of the bar. But remember, we're not going to use 55%. We're going to convert that to a decimal and use its decimal equivalent, which is 55 hundredths. So step 2, 55 hundredths times 660 students total equals the part made up of girls. Grab your calculator and punch in 0.55 times 666. Pause the video if you need a little extra time. You should have gotten 363 girls. Out of 660 students, 63 of them are girls. They make up that part of the bar. Continue now on your own and complete problems 3, 4, and 5. When you're ready, turn the video back on and check your answers. Please pause the video right now. For number 3, you should have gotten 490 do not buy school lunches. For number 4, you should have gotten 140 do not like tacos. And finally, for number 5, you should have gotten 240 do not like pizza. This concludes this page.